Every entrepreneur works hard. Long hours, endless meetings, constant problem solving. Yet many struggle to see results that match their effort. You may be busy all day but feel like you are not moving forward. You may be exhausted but not achieving the breakthroughs you want. The missing link is not more effort or more talent. It is focus. Focus is the ability to direct your attention and energy toward the things that truly matter. It is the difference between doing a lot and achieving a lot. Without focus, your energy scatters, distractions take over, and momentum slows down. With focus, your mind becomes a powerful tool that turns ideas into action and action into results. This book is about teaching you how to master focus as an entrepreneur. It is not about time management alone. It is about managing your attention, energy, and purpose so that every effort counts. We will explore practical strategies, mental habits, and systems that high-performing entrepreneurs use to stay sharp, productive, and creative in a world full of distractions. You will learn how to protect your focus from noise, how to harness deep work for maximum impact, and how to align your actions with your purpose. You will discover how reflection and rituals strengthen your attention and how growth-minded thinking allows you to progress without waiting for perfection. The goal is to help you create a life where focus is natural, a life where your energy flows toward your most important work, a life where you achieve more in hours than most do in days. This book is your roadmap to building that life, step by step, habit by habit, day by day. By the end of this journey, you will understand the formula that makes focus automatic, reliable, and powerful. You will see how attention, energy, and purpose combine to create results far beyond effort alone. And most importantly, you will be ready to step into a life where focus drives your success and your growth. In the next chapter, we will explore the power of a focused mind and how the clarity of attention can multiply your results, sharpen your thinking, and make every action intentional. Chapter 1. The Power of a Focused Mind. Everything begins in the mind, every dream, every business, every invention, but the strength of the mind depends on its focus. Focus is not about looking hard, it is about seeing clearly. It is the art of choosing what deserves your attention and letting go of what does not. Many people think success comes from effort alone, but effort without focus is like running in circles. You move fast, but reach nowhere. A focused entrepreneur, on the other hand, walks straight and reaches far. That is why the most powerful entrepreneurs protect their attention as their greatest treasure. When your mind is scattered, your energy breaks into small pieces. You feel tired, distracted, and unmotivated. You start many things but finish few. But when you focus on one goal, your energy unites. You feel stronger, calmer, and more creative. You start to enjoy the process instead of fighting it. Think of focus like sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. Normal light gives warmth, but focused light can start a fire. Your mind works the same way. When scattered, it warms ideas. When concentrated, it turns ideas into action. Entrepreneurship is not just about ideas, it is about execution. And execution requires deep concentration. When you focus fully, time slows down. You stop hearing the noise around you. You enter a state where every action feels natural. This state is where true creation happens. Focus also brings clarity. When you pay close attention to your work, you see patterns others miss. You notice opportunities others overlook. You understand people better. You communicate with more power. That is why focus is not only a skill for business, it is a skill for life. But focus does not come naturally. It must be trained. Your mind, like a muscle, grows stronger with daily practice. Every time you bring it back from distraction, it learns discipline. Every time you say no to noise, it learns peace. With time, this becomes your natural state. When an entrepreneur learns to master focus, fear loses its control. Doubt becomes smaller. Decisions become easier. Because focus turns confusion into direction. It teaches you to see what matters most and ignore what does not. Imagine two people building businesses. One jumps between 10 ideas every month. The other focuses on one idea for 1 year. Who will succeed? always the one with focus. Because focus is commitment in action. It is belief expressed through attention. Every great company, invention, or movement began with one focused mind, a person who believed deeply in one idea and gave it everything. Steve Jobs once said that focus is not about saying yes to everything. It is about saying no to 1,000 things. That is how Apple was built. Through clarity, not confusion. When you practice focus, you gain peace. Because you stop trying to do everything. You trust that doing one thing well is more powerful than doing many things halfway. You stop comparing your speed to others. You start walking your own path with purpose. And the best part is, focus brings joy. When you are fully present in what you are doing, work stops feeling like work. It becomes a creative flow. You start enjoying small wins. You find meaning in progress, and that feeling keeps you moving forward. So the question is, how do you protect this focus in a world full of distractions? How do you stop your mind from being pulled in 100 directions? How do you keep your attention strong when everything around you tries to steal it? That is what we will explore next. Because if focus is power, then distraction is its greatest enemy. To master focus, you must first understand what steals it. Let us step into the next chapter and meet the invisible thief of every entrepreneur's progress. Chapter 2. The enemy called distraction. Distraction is silent, invisible, and everywhere. It does not shout. It whispers. It comes in the form of a message, a quick scroll, or a thought that says, "Just 1 minute." And before you know it, your time and energy are gone. For an entrepreneur, distraction is not just a small delay. It is lost progress. Distraction is the enemy of focus. It steals your best hours, your best ideas, and your best energy. The modern world is built to keep you distracted. Every app, every notification, every headline fights for your attention. But here is the truth. You cannot build something meaningful if your attention is always divided. To build a business, a brand, or a vision, you must build your attention first. Imagine your mind as a glass of clear water. Every distraction is like a drop of ink. A few drops turn the water cloudy. You cannot see through it anymore. That is what distraction does to your clarity. When your mind is full of noise, you stop seeing what matters most. The human brain loves novelty. It enjoys something new, even if it is meaningless. That is why checking messages feels exciting, even when it adds no value. It gives a quick burst of pleasure but steals long-term peace. The more you feed distraction, the more it controls you. And soon, your focus becomes weak, like a muscle that was never trained. Entrepreneurs often confuse movement with progress. They attend calls, check emails, jump between projects, and call it productivity. But busy is not the same as effective. True effectiveness comes when your attention stays with one important task until it is complete. Distraction makes you reactive. Focus makes you powerful. To fight distraction, you must first become aware of it. Notice what pulls your attention. Is it your phone? Is it social media? Is it overthinking? Once you know your distractions, you can manage them. Awareness is the first step to control. Next, create your environment for focus. Silence your phone during deep work hours. Keep only what you need on your desk. Close all extra tabs and apps. When you make your surroundings quiet, your mind follows. External order creates internal calm. Another powerful way to defeat distraction is to train your attention through small moments of stillness. Sit quietly for a few minutes every day. Notice your thoughts. Bring your focus back to your breath or your work. This simple act builds mental strength. Over time, your mind learns to stay still even when the world moves fast. Remember, distraction cannot be fully removed, but it can be reduced. You cannot control the noise around you, but you can control your response to it. You can choose where your attention goes, and that choice defines your results. Great entrepreneurs are not those who know everything. They are those who can focus on one thing while the world screams for their attention. They train their minds to stay steady in the storm. They understand that focus is not about saying yes to everything. It is about saying no to almost everything. When you remove distraction, what remains is clarity. You begin to see your priorities clearly. You begin to act with confidence. You begin to create from peace instead of pressure. And that is the true power of focus. Now that you understand the enemy called distraction, the next step is to replace confusion with clarity. Because once the noise fades, you must know what to focus on. Let us move to the next chapter and learn the foundation of all focus. Chapter 3. Clarity before action. Clarity is the light that guides every focused mind. Without it, you move fast, but reach nowhere. Many entrepreneurs confuse activity with achievement. They work hard, stay busy, and call it progress. But movement without direction is just motion. To truly grow, you must first know where you are going and why. Clarity means understanding your vision in simple, clear words. It is not about having 100 ideas. It is about choosing one idea that aligns with your purpose. When you know what matters, distractions lose their power. You stop chasing every opportunity that looks shiny. You start walking a straight path with steady steps. Think of clarity like the map for your journey. No one starts a road trip without knowing the destination, yet many entrepreneurs start their businesses without a clear plan. They try to do everything and end up doing nothing well. When you define your direction, your focus becomes sharp and your energy flows in the right place. Ask yourself simple questions. What problem am I solving? Who am I helping? Why does it matter? When you answer these questions honestly, your mind starts to calm down. You stop feeling scattered. You stop comparing yourself with others. You find your own lane. Clarity also helps in decision-making. When you are clear about your vision, choices become easy. Every decision either takes you closer to your goal or away from it. Clarity helps you see that line clearly. It removes doubt and confusion. It gives your actions direction and meaning. Many entrepreneurs delay action because they do not have complete clarity. They wait for everything to be perfect. But clarity does not come from thinking alone. It comes from doing. Take one small step, learn from it, adjust, and move forward. Every action brings new information. That information builds more clarity. Clarity also creates confidence. When you know your why, fear becomes smaller. When you see your path, uncertainty loses strength. You feel a deep sense of purpose that drives you forward even on difficult days. You no longer depend on motivation, you depend on vision. Write your goals in simple words. Do not hide them in your mind. Put them on paper. Look at them every day. When you read your goals often, your subconscious mind begins to align with them. You start to notice opportunities that support your vision. You attract the right people and ideas. This is how clarity shapes reality. Sometimes clarity requires saying no. No to projects that do not fit your mission. No to people who pull your energy in the wrong direction. No to habits that waste your time. Saying no is not rejection. It is protection. It protects your vision from unnecessary noise. Remember, the clearer your purpose, the stronger your focus. Clarity and focus are two sides of the same coin. One gives direction, the other gives power. Together, they turn effort into impact. So before you act, pause. Ask yourself, is this aligned with my purpose? If the answer is yes, give it your full attention. If not, let it go. That single question can save you years of wasted effort. Now that your vision is clear and your direction is set, it is time to simplify your daily execution. Because clarity without daily focus means little. The next step in the focus formula teaches you how to turn clarity into consistent progress. It is the secret of doing less, but achieving more. Let us move forward and learn the rule of one thing. Chapter 4. The rule of one thing. The world tells you to do more, start more projects, handle more tasks, say yes to more opportunities. But real success comes from doing less and focusing on one thing that truly matters. That is the rule of one thing. Every successful entrepreneur, artist, or leader has one truth in common. They found their one thing, their main focus, their central mission, and they gave it their full attention until it grew into something powerful. This is not about ignoring other areas of life. It is about understanding that excellence requires depth, not width. When you spread your energy across too many things, each one gets only a small part of your strength. You work hard but see slow results. You feel exhausted but not accomplished. But when you give your full focus to one meaningful goal, your effort multiplies. You make faster progress with less stress. The rule of one thing is simple, but not easy. It requires courage to say no to everything that looks good, but does not move you closer to your dream. It means trusting that doing one thing well today will create space for many great things tomorrow. This is how focus creates success that lasts. Ask yourself each morning, what is the one thing I can do today that will make the biggest difference? Not 10 things, just one. This one decision changes how you use your time, energy, and creativity. When you complete your main task early in the day, you carry momentum forward. You feel productive, confident, and clear. The rule of one thing also teaches discipline. Your mind will try to jump between tasks. It will say, check this message, reply to that mail, start another idea. But when you bring it back to your one priority, you train it to obey your vision, not your impulses. That is how mental focus grows strong. Many entrepreneurs struggle because they chase too many directions at once. They start new projects before finishing the old ones. They look for shortcuts instead of mastering the foundation. The truth is, success does not come from speed. It comes from consistency in one direction. Even a slow river, when focused, can cut through rock. The rule of one thing also reduces stress. When you try to handle everything, you carry invisible pressure. But when you focus on one step at a time, life feels lighter. You begin to enjoy the process. You no longer worry about what is left undone. You trust that doing one thing well will open the next door. History proves this truth again and again. Great inventions, businesses, and discoveries were not built by people doing everything. They were built by people obsessed with one idea. That obsession became mastery, and mastery created legacy. If you ever feel lost, confused, or overwhelmed, return to the rule of one thing. Write your biggest goal. Ask what small action will move it forward today. Then do that one thing completely. No half work, no multitasking. Just total presence. When you live by this rule, something magical happens. You begin to feel aligned, your results grow faster, and your confidence rises. Because focus gives power, and power creates movement. Now that you understand the importance of one main focus, let us go deeper into the invisible force that shapes it. It is something that connects your thoughts to your results and your attention to your success. This force decides what grows in your life. Let us explore it in the next chapter. Chapter 5. Energy follows attention. There's a universal truth that most entrepreneurs overlook. Your energy always flows where your attention goes. The more you focus on something, whether it's productive or destructive, the more power it gains over your life. This is not philosophy, it's physics of the mind. Attention is like sunlight. Whatever you shine it on grows. When you give attention to your goals, they expand. When you give it to your fears, they multiply. Entrepreneurs often mistake busyness for productivity. They scatter their energy across dozens of tasks, conversations, and worries. But the truth is, divided attention weakens everything. Imagine trying to light a fire with the sun's rays. You can't do it unless you use a magnifying glass to focus the light on a single point. The same principle applies to your energy. Focus is that magnifying glass. It turns scattered effort into burning power. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of mental energy. Think of it as your attention budget. You can spend it wisely on actions that push your business forward, or waste it on distractions, overthinking, and noise. Social media, endless emails, unnecessary meetings, they drain that budget fast. Once your attention is scattered, fatigue follows. Your brain starts feeling foggy, and you lose the clarity to make strong decisions. To master your focus energy, you must first become aware of your attention leaks. Ask yourself, where does my energy go without intention? What thoughts keep looping in my mind, even when I'm not working? Awareness is the first step toward control. The second step is redirection. Every time your mind drifts to something irrelevant, gently pull it back to what truly matters. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your control becomes. Another secret of high-performing entrepreneurs is energy alignment. When your goals, actions, and emotions align, your energy flows naturally. But when there's conflict, when you work on something you don't believe in, your attention resists. That's why burnout often comes not from hard work, but from misaligned work. When you pour energy into something meaningless, your inner system rebels. The solution? Connect every task to a deeper why. Remind yourself how each action contributes to your vision. Purpose fuels focus. Your body also plays a role in how well your attention flows. Poor sleep, stress, and lack of movement clog your energy channels. You might have noticed after a good night's sleep or a morning workout, your thoughts are sharper, your focus stronger. That's because energy isn't just mental, it's physical and emotional too. Protecting your body means protecting your attention. Try this simple daily ritual. Before starting work, pause for 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, where do I want my energy to go today? Visualize it flowing into one task, one project, one purpose. Then, as you move through your day, notice when your attention starts drifting. Each time you bring it back, you're strengthening the muscle of mastery. In the end, success isn't just about managing time, it's about managing energy. You could have all the time in the world, but if your energy is scattered, progress will be slow. Focused attention turns hours into momentum. It transforms effort into results. When you learn to direct your energy consciously, everything changes. You feel lighter, clearer, more in control. You no longer react to the world, you shape it. Because the power was never in time or talent, it was in attention all along. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to protect this precious focus through daily rituals and systems, how to create focus rituals that keep your attention sharp, your energy flowing, and your mind calm, even in chaos. Chapter 6. Create focus rituals. Focus isn't something that just happens, it's something you create. The most successful entrepreneurs don't depend on motivation, they depend on rituals. Rituals are not random habits, they are conscious systems designed to shape your mind for clarity, discipline, and flow. They act like anchors that hold you steady even when life feels chaotic. A focus ritual is any repeated action that signals your brain, it's time to work deeply. It could be as simple as making coffee, clearing your desk, putting your phone away, or opening your notebook to a specific page. The key is consistency. When you perform the same action before every focused session, your brain learns to associate that ritual with deep concentration. It's like training a mental switch that turns on your best self. Entrepreneurs often underestimate the power of routine because they chase freedom. But true freedom is not doing whatever you want. It's having the mental order to do what truly matters. A ritual gives you that freedom. It reduces decision fatigue and helps you slide into focus effortlessly. You don't need to fight distractions. You prepare your environment so distractions never win. Start small. Choose one daily ritual that signals focus mode. For example, lighting a candle, listening to soft instrumental music, or journaling your top 3 priorities for the day. Over time, this simple act becomes a trigger for your brain. When you light that candle or play that song, your mind instantly enters work mode because it remembers what comes next, deep creation. Morning rituals are especially powerful because they set the tone for the entire day. Instead of jumping straight into emails or messages, take a few moments for silence, reflection, or movement. Many high performers start their day with meditation, visualization, or exercise, not because it's trendy, but because it sharpens their inner focus. The way you start your day determines how you manage your energy for the rest of it. Another important aspect of focus rituals is environment design. You can't expect to concentrate deeply in a messy or noisy space. Your surroundings influence your mental state more than you realize. A clean desk, a comfortable chair, soft lighting, and minimal digital clutter can transform your productivity. Each element silently tells your mind, this is a place for focus. You can also use closing rituals at the end of your work sessions. Just as athletes cool down after a game, you should decompress after deep work. Write down what you achieved, note what's next, and then shut down your workspace with intention. This helps your brain separate work and rest, preventing burnout and mental fatigue. Technology can either support your rituals or destroy them. Be mindful of how you use it. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Use apps that block distractions during your focus hours. Keep your phone out of sight, because even its presence pulls your attention subconsciously. Remember, every interruption costs more than just time. It costs momentum. When you repeat these focus rituals daily, they become part of your identity. You no longer need to push yourself to concentrate. Focus becomes automatic. The ritual does the heavy lifting, and your energy flows naturally into creation. That's how top entrepreneurs achieve consistency. They build systems that make focus a habit, not a struggle. In the end, your rituals shape your results. If your life feels scattered, it's not a sign of weak willpower, it's a sign of weak systems. Strengthen your systems, and your focus will follow. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into what happens when you enter the state of total concentration, the zone of deep work. It's where time disappears, distractions vanish, and your best ideas are born. Chapter 7. The Zone of Deep Work. There is a magical place where everything slows down, where ideas flow easily, where you forget to check your phone, and hours pass like minutes. This is the zone of deep work. It is the state where entrepreneurs create their best products, build their most meaningful systems, and make real progress that lasts. Deep work is not about working harder. It is about working with full presence. When you enter this zone, distractions lose their power. Your mind locks onto one problem, one idea, one creation. You stop multitasking. You stop reacting. You begin to create. This is the difference between average results and extraordinary results. Many people stay busy, but very few enter the deep work state. The entrepreneurs who do are the ones who build empires. To reach deep work, you need to build conditions that support it. The first is clarity. Know exactly what task deserves your focus before you start. Don't open your laptop without intention. Write down your mission for that session in one clear sentence. For example, write the proposal or design the campaign structure. Specific goals tell your mind where to go. The second is time. Deep work requires space. You cannot do it in 5-minute chunks between messages or calls. Block at least 1 to 2 hours where no one can interrupt you. This is sacred time. During this period, your phone is silent, your notifications are off, and your mind is fully present. You are not available to the world. You are available to your vision. The third condition is energy. Your brain is like a muscle. It performs best when it is rested and fueled. Trying to do deep work when you are tired is like running a marathon with no water. Protect your energy by sleeping well, eating light, and scheduling your deep sessions when your mind feels sharp. For many, this is early morning. For others, late at night. Deep work also thrives on challenge. If your task is too easy, you will get bored. If it's too hard, you will get anxious. The sweet spot lies between the two, a level that stretches you just enough. When your skill meets challenge, your attention locks in naturally. That is the doorway to flow. But entering deep work isn't just about what you do, it's about what you avoid. Every time you check your phone or glance at a notification, your brain loses focus. It takes minutes to return to the same depth. That's why constant context switching kills productivity. One small distraction can destroy an entire hour of potential creation. To strengthen your ability for deep work, train your mind daily. Start small. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work without looking away. Gradually increase that time. It's like building mental stamina. With practice, your ability to stay in deep work will expand. Entrepreneurs who master deep work achieve more in 2 focused hours than others do in a full day of scattered activity. Their businesses move faster, their decisions are sharper, and their creativity feels limitless. Because deep work is not just about producing, it's about connecting deeply with your purpose. When you finish a deep session, you feel a quiet satisfaction. You know you created something real, not just stayed busy. That feeling is addictive, but in the best way. It reminds you of why you started, why your work matters. Deep work is a form of meditation for entrepreneurs. It's where you meet your best ideas and highest clarity. Protect it like gold. Create time, guard it fiercely, and repeat it daily. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to keep this focus strong even when the world tries to break it. You'll learn the power of boundaries, how to protect your time, your energy, and your mental space so that deep work becomes your default state, not an occasional experience. Chapter 8. Protect your focus with boundaries. Focus is like a flame. It burns bright when protected, but fades when exposed to too much wind. In the modern world, distractions are everywhere. Notifications, social media, emails, endless messages. Each one steals a small piece of your attention. If you want to do meaningful work as an entrepreneur, you must guard your focus like treasure. Boundaries are the walls that protect that treasure. A boundary is not a rule for others. It is a promise to yourself. It says, "My time and energy matter." Most people don't lack focus. They lack protection. They give away their attention freely, reacting to everything that demands it. But true entrepreneurs know that success depends not just on what they do, but on what they say no to. Start by defining your focus hours. Choose specific times each day when you will work without interruption. During these hours, turn off your phone or keep it in another room. Silence notifications. Let your team, friends, and family know that these are your creation hours. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but soon people will respect your time when they see how serious you are about it. Boundaries are not only about time, they are also about space. Your physical environment should reflect your mental state. Keep your workspace clean, organized, and free of distractions. If you work from home, create a dedicated zone for focus. When you sit there, your mind automatically knows, now it's time to create. When you leave, you can relax. Separation creates balance. Another powerful boundary is digital. Technology can be your greatest tool or your biggest trap. Use it wisely. Unsubscribe from unnecessary emails. Turn off alerts that don't serve your goals. Limit social media use to fixed periods instead of random scrolling. The less digital noise you allow, the more mental clarity you gain. Emotional boundaries are equally important. Protect your energy from negativity, gossip, or draining conversations. You don't have to explain your dreams to everyone. Not everyone will understand your mission, and that's okay. Choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, not those who question your focus. As an entrepreneur, you'll often feel pressure to say yes to everything, meetings, collaborations, opportunities. But every yes is also a no to something else. Protecting focus means learning to say no gracefully. Say no to what doesn't align with your goals. Say no to distractions disguised as opportunities. Every time you do, you say yes to what truly matters. Boundaries also help you maintain work-life balance. Without them, your mind never rests. Even when you're not working, you'll feel mentally stuck in business mode. Create clear start and stop times. When work ends, close your laptop, take a walk, or spend time with loved ones. True focus comes from a rested mind, not an overworked one. At first, people may not understand your boundaries. They may think you're being distant or strict, but soon they will see your results: sharper thinking, stronger creativity, and calm energy. Boundaries don't push people away. They attract respect. When you respect your own time, the world begins to respect it too. Remember, focus is not about locking yourself away. It's about designing your life with intention. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters. They keep the noise out so that your purpose can stay loud and clear. In the next chapter, we will explore what happens when challenges appear. Because even with strong focus, life will test your patience and determination. You will learn how to stay centered, calm, and productive when everything around you feels uncertain. That is the art of focusing through challenges. Chapter 9. Focus through challenges. Every entrepreneur faces moments when everything seems to fall apart. Plans fail, deals collapse, people leave. The mind begins to wander into doubt and fear. In those moments, focus becomes harder than ever. Yet, this is exactly when focus matters the most. Staying centered in chaos is what separates those who quit from those who grow stronger. Challenges test your focus because they trigger emotions, frustration, anxiety, disappointment. When your emotions rise, your mind wants to escape. It looks for distraction, comfort, or quick solutions. But growth doesn't come from escape. It comes from staying with the problem long enough to find the truth inside it. That truth becomes your wisdom. To stay focused during hard times, the first step is acceptance. Don't resist what's happening. Say to yourself, this is part of the journey. Every obstacle is a teacher in disguise. The sooner you stop fighting reality, the sooner your mind regains clarity. Acceptance is not giving up. It's facing the storm with open eyes. The next step is control. Focus on what you can change and release what you can't. Many entrepreneurs waste energy on things outside their power. Market trends, other people's opinions, unexpected delays. Instead, redirect that energy to what's within your hands, your effort, your choices, your response. The moment you focus on what you control, chaos loses its grip. Breathing helps too. When your mind spins with worry, slow your breath. Deep, steady breathing calms the nervous system. It brings you back to the present moment, where true focus lives. You can't solve tomorrow's problems if your mind is trapped in yesterday's pain. Bring your attention back to now. Another key to focusing through challenges is purpose. When your reason is strong, distractions feel small. Remind yourself why you started this journey. What vision pulled you forward in the first place? What difference do you want to make? Purpose gives your mind something larger to hold on to when everything else shakes. Break your problems into smaller parts. Instead of staring at a huge mountain, take one step at a time. Focus on the next action. One email, one call, one idea. Small progress builds momentum, and momentum rebuilds confidence. Even tiny wins remind you that you're still moving, still creating, still alive in the process. You also need to rest when things feel heavy. Focus isn't about constant pushing. Sometimes clarity comes from stepping back. Go for a walk. Write in your journal. Spend time in silence. These moments allow your mind to reorganize thoughts and emotions. When you return, your focus will be sharper and calmer. Remember, challenges reveal your level of inner strength. Every difficult season trains your focus muscle. The entrepreneurs who stay centered when everything breaks eventually rise higher than those who only shine when things are easy. Focus under pressure becomes your superpower. When things go wrong, repeat this simple truth: I can handle this. It may sound small, but it's powerful. It reminds your brain that you are not the victim of circumstances, but the creator of your response. In the end, challenges don't block your focus. They refine it. They strip away what's unnecessary and leave behind what's real. You begin to see what truly matters, and that awareness makes your vision stronger than ever. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to shift your attention from trying to be perfect to continuously growing. Because perfection steals peace, but growth fuels focus. Welcome to the mindset of focusing on growth, not perfection. Chapter 10. Focus on growth, not perfection. Perfection is one of the greatest enemies of focus. It looks harmless on the surface. It tells you to do things better, cleaner, sharper. But underneath, perfection hides fear. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being enough. Entrepreneurs who chase perfection often stay stuck in planning, polishing, and overthinking. They don't move forward because they are waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Growth, on the other hand, is movement. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's real. When you focus on growth instead of perfection, you allow yourself to learn, to fail, to adjust. You trade your need to look flawless for the freedom to evolve. Every mistake becomes feedback, not a final verdict. Every setback becomes a stepping stone. The truth is, perfection kills creativity. It makes you afraid to experiment. You start editing ideas before they're even born. You judge your work too early and never let it breathe. But the greatest entrepreneurs know that progress comes from iteration. They launch, learn, and improve. They let their focus stay on the next step, not the final masterpiece. Think of a seed. It doesn't start as a tall tree. It begins small, buried in the dirt, invisible to everyone. Growth happens in silence and patience. Your ideas are like that too. They need time, care, and trust. If you keep digging them up to check if they're perfect, they'll never grow. To focus on growth, start by embracing the learning mindset. Ask yourself daily, what can I learn from this? Whether you succeed or fail, there's always something valuable hidden inside. When your mind is curious, it stays open. It doesn't freeze under pressure. It flows. Celebrate small wins. Perfectionists wait for huge results before they feel proud. But growth-minded entrepreneurs celebrate every bit of progress. Every line written, every call made, every task finished, it all matters. These small victories keep your energy alive and your focus strong. Another important shift is letting go of comparison. When you look at others who seem more successful, your focus slips away from your own path. Remember, everyone is at a different stage of growth. Comparing your beginning to someone else's middle steals your motivation. Stay loyal to your journey. Growth also requires patience. Sometimes results take longer than expected. You may work for months before seeing any visible success. In those times, focus on consistency, not outcome. Keep showing up. Keep building. Your effort is compounding, even when you can't see it yet. Perfection says, I must be flawless before I act. Growth says, I'll act and get better as I go. One keeps you frozen, the other moves you forward. Choose forward. Because motion creates momentum, and momentum fuels mastery. And remember, growth is not linear. Some days will feel like progress, others will feel like you're sliding backward. That's normal. Growth often hides in those moments when nothing seems to work. Those are the times when your character strengthens quietly in the background. When you focus on growth, you give yourself permission to be human. You stop demanding perfection from yourself and others. You start enjoying the process, not just the results. You realize that mastery is built on thousands of imperfect attempts. Perfection looks beautiful but empty. Growth looks messy but alive. The choice is simple. Be alive. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep moving. In the next chapter, we will discover how reflection ties everything together. You'll learn how looking back with awareness helps you move forward with power. Let's enter the next stage of the focus formula, the power of reflection. Chapter 11. The power of reflection. Reflection is the secret bridge between action and growth. Without it, you keep moving, but you may be going in the wrong direction. Many entrepreneurs are so busy doing that they forget to pause and look back. They repeat the same mistakes, chase the wrong goals, and wonder why progress feels slow. Reflection gives clarity, insight, and guidance. It turns experience into wisdom. Reflection is not just thinking. It is structured observation of your own actions, choices, and results. It is asking yourself questions like, what went well today? What could I improve? What distracted me? What lesson does this moment hold? By answering these questions honestly, you begin to see patterns. You notice what works and what doesn't. You stop guessing and start learning. A powerful method is daily reflection. At the end of each day, spend a few minutes writing down your wins, mistakes, and lessons. Even small actions matter. Writing makes your thoughts visible. It removes mental clutter and highlights progress you may not notice otherwise. This simple ritual strengthens focus because it teaches your mind to be aware of itself. Weekly reflection is equally important. Look at your week as a whole. Review what tasks moved you closer to your goals and what pulled you away. Identify time leaks, energy drains, and repeated distractions. This bird's-eye view helps you plan better and prevent small errors from becoming habits. Entrepreneurs who ignore weekly reflection often repeat the same cycles endlessly. Reflection also deepens understanding. It helps you connect actions to results. When you see why something worked, you can repeat it. When you see why something failed, you can adjust before trying again. This continuous loop of action and reflection is what accelerates growth faster than effort alone. Emotional reflection is another layer. How did you feel during tasks? Were you excited, frustrated, or anxious? Emotions signal where your energy is naturally strong or weak. Noticing them helps you allocate focus wisely. You begin to work with your energy, not against it. For example, if you feel sharp and alert in the morning, schedule challenging tasks then. If you feel drained after lunch, use that time for simpler, administrative work. Reflection also builds resilience. When setbacks occur, reflecting calmly allows you to extract lessons instead of panic. You learn to separate your self-worth from outcomes. Mistakes become feedback, not failures. Every entrepreneur who grows long-term has used reflection to turn pain into wisdom. Another benefit is creativity. When you pause to reflect, your subconscious mind connects ideas in ways that constant doing cannot. Reflection creates mental space for innovation. Some of the best business strategies and solutions appear not during frantic action, but in quiet moments of review and thought. To make reflection effective, ask deep questions. What is my biggest learning this week? Where did I waste my attention? Which actions gave me the most energy and results? Am I aligned with my purpose? Answering these honestly transforms focus from random effort into intentional action. Reflection makes you aware of distractions, aligns you with purpose, and teaches you to value your energy. It turns experience into a roadmap for future decisions. Once you master reflection, focus becomes effortless. You no longer drift through days hoping for clarity. You create clarity by looking back, learning, and adjusting. Reflection is the quiet engine behind growth. In the next chapter, we will explore the ultimate source of focus, your purpose. When focus meets purpose, your energy, clarity, and determination reach their highest levels. Let's move to focus on purpose. Chapter 12. Focus on purpose. Purpose is the foundation of every entrepreneur's focus. Without it, even the most disciplined routines and rituals will feel empty. You can spend hours working, follow all the rules of focus, and still feel drained or lost if you don't know why you are doing what you do. Purpose is the reason your attention sticks. It gives meaning to effort and direction to energy. When your purpose is clear, distractions lose their appeal. Social media, gossip, unnecessary meetings, they all fade into the background. Your mind prioritizes what matters most because you have a guiding star. Purpose aligns your actions with your vision. It is not just a statement on a wall. It is the fuel behind every decision, every choice, every late night and early morning. To find your purpose, ask yourself simple but deep questions. What impact do I want to leave? Who am I serving? Why does this goal matter beyond money or recognition? Your answers don't need to be perfect, but they need to resonate with your core. Purpose is personal. It cannot be borrowed from someone else. What lights your heart on fire is what creates true focus. Purpose also strengthens resilience. When challenges arise, a clear purpose acts like an anchor. It reminds you why you started, why you keep going, and why giving up is not an option. Every setback becomes part of a larger story, not a dead end. Purpose turns pressure into energy, mistakes into lessons, and obstacles into stepping stones. When you focus on purpose, your time management improves naturally. You start saying no to what doesn't align and yes to what truly matters. You stop chasing every opportunity and begin chasing the right opportunities. This clarity reduces stress and increases efficiency. You work smarter, not just harder. Purpose also creates a sense of flow. When your work aligns with your values and vision, time feels different. You experience immersion, where hours pass quickly because you are fully present. Energy flows, creativity thrives, and productivity rises without force. This is the ultimate state of focus, when doing what matters feels effortless. Another way to strengthen focus through purpose is to visualize impact. Picture the results of your work. The clients helped, the team empowered, the problem solved. Visualization connects your attention to your outcome emotionally. Your brain becomes invested in seeing the results, which makes your focus sharper and more persistent. Purpose also builds discipline naturally. Discipline often feels like force or obligation, but when purpose drives your actions, discipline becomes easier. You do what needs to be done because it matters deeply, not because someone told you to. Your habits align with your mission, and focus follows. Remember, purpose is dynamic. As you grow, your understanding of your purpose evolves. Take time to revisit it regularly. Reflect on your progress, learn from your experiences, and adjust your focus to stay aligned. A clear purpose is like a compass. It shows direction, but you still choose the path. When focus meets purpose, everything else becomes secondary. Your rituals, your deep work, your boundaries, and your reflection all have a reason. They are tools serving a larger vision. Without purpose, focus feels empty. With purpose, focus becomes unstoppable. In the next chapter, we will combine everything you have learned so far into the focus formula, a step-by-step approach to harnessing your mind, energy, and purpose to achieve extraordinary results. Chapter 13. The Focus Formula. The focus formula is the combination of clarity, energy, rituals, deep work, boundaries, reflection, and purpose. It is not a theory. It is a practical system for entrepreneurs who want results without burning out. When applied consistently, it turns scattered effort into powerful progress. This formula is the map from where you are now to where you want to be. The first part of the formula is clarity. Know exactly what you want and why you want it. Write it down. Break it into actionable steps. Clarity removes confusion and allows your mind to direct energy efficiently. Without clarity, focus drifts. With clarity, focus sharpens like a laser. The second part is energy management. Focus requires fuel. Protect your mental, emotional, and physical energy. Sleep well, eat nourishing food, exercise, and schedule challenging tasks when your mind is alert. Energy is the engine behind focus. Without it, even clear goals fail to produce results. Next comes rituals. Daily routines that signal your brain it is time to work deeply. Morning rituals, workspace setup, or small pre-work habits create consistency. Rituals eliminate the struggle of starting. They make focus automatic. When your mind associates a specific routine with concentration, productivity flows naturally. The fourth part is deep work. Block long, uninterrupted periods to focus on high-value tasks. Protect this time fiercely. Turn off distractions, silence notifications, and dive fully into your mission. Deep work is where ideas, innovation, and breakthroughs happen. It is the stage where ordinary effort transforms into extraordinary results. Boundaries are the fifth component. Protect your focus from interruptions and noise. Set clear limits on your time, attention, and energy. Say no to tasks, requests, and people that don't align with your priorities. Boundaries give your focus a safe environment to thrive. They create space for what truly matters. The sixth part is reflection. Pause regularly to review your actions, results, and emotions. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, and what can be improved. Reflection transforms experience into insight. It ensures your focus evolves, adapts, and grows stronger with each day. Without reflection, focus becomes blind effort. Finally, the most important component is purpose. Your purpose fuels motivation, resilience, and persistence. It aligns every action with your vision and gives meaning to every decision. Purpose turns work into passion and challenges into opportunities. Focus without purpose is effort without direction. Applying the focus formula is a daily practice. Start your day with clarity and energy. Follow your rituals to enter deep work. Protect your time with boundaries. Reflect on progress and adjust. Always connect your actions to purpose. Over time, this formula becomes a habit. Focus becomes natural. Productivity becomes effortless. Growth becomes inevitable. Remember, the focus formula is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most with precision and intention. It teaches you to act with awareness, protect your energy, and align your mind with your goals. Success is no longer about luck or talent. It is about consistent application of focus in the right direction. The focus formula is a guide, a shield, and a weapon for entrepreneurs. It turns chaos into order, distraction into clarity, and effort into impact. When mastered, it allows you to achieve more in a few hours than others do in days of scattered effort. In the next chapter, we will explore how to live as a fully focused entrepreneur every day. How to make focus a lifestyle, not just a technique. This is the final stage. Chapter 14, The Focused Entrepreneur's Life. Living as a focused entrepreneur is more than applying techniques. It is adopting a mindset and lifestyle that aligns every action with your vision. Focus is no longer a skill you switch on and off. It becomes part of who you are. Your days, your energy, and your decisions are all shaped by clarity, purpose, and discipline. A focused entrepreneur designs life intentionally. Each day begins with purpose. You know your priorities before distractions arrive. Morning rituals, planning, and reflection are not optional. They are the foundation of your life. They create momentum that carries through every hour, every decision, every interaction. Focus becomes your default state, not something you chase. Boundaries define your interactions. You protect your time, energy, and attention. Saying no is no longer difficult, it is natural. You avoid distractions, unnecessary meetings, and shallow commitments. Your circle of influence is intentional. People who support your growth and mission surround you. Focused entrepreneurs understand that their environment shapes their mind, so they carefully curate it. Energy management is central to this life. Rest, nutrition, exercise, and emotional care are part of your daily routine. You understand that focus cannot exist without vitality. Deep work sessions are scheduled when your mind is sharpest. You use your energy where it has the highest impact. This balance keeps you productive without burning out. Reflection and learning are embedded into your lifestyle. You regularly review your progress, celebrate wins, and learn from setbacks. Mistakes are not failures. They are feedback. Every challenge is an opportunity to refine your approach and strengthen your focus. Growth is continuous, and learning is a natural part of your routine. The focused entrepreneur also lives with long-term vision. Every action aligns with bigger goals. Short-term distractions are filtered out, and attention flows to what truly matters. You understand that success is built on consistent focus, not random effort. Decisions are deliberate, not reactive. Productivity becomes intentional, and every effort compounds over time. Creativity and innovation thrive in this life. By protecting deep work, energy, and focus, your mind has space to generate ideas and solutions. Flow becomes frequent. Inspiration appears when it is needed because your mind is prepared and alert. You work efficiently, solve problems faster, and create value consistently. Ultimately, the focused entrepreneur experiences freedom. Freedom from chaos, stress, and wasted effort. Freedom to direct energy toward meaningful work. Freedom to live a life aligned with purpose, passion, and vision. Focus becomes not just a tool, but a lifestyle that shapes your identity and results. Your journey does not end here. The focused entrepreneur's life is a daily practice, a continuous cycle of clarity, deep work, energy management, boundaries, reflection, and purpose. The more you commit, the more effortless focus becomes, and the greater your impact in the world. This is the life where attention is sacred, effort is aligned, and results follow naturally. The tools you have learned are now habits. The habits create momentum, and momentum shapes your destiny. Focus is no longer optional. It is the essence of your entrepreneurial journey.